Loneliness is often seen as a burden, a shadow that hangs over modern life. However, in Japanese culture, solitude is viewed through a different lens, one of empowerment, transformation, and enlightenment. Japanese legends and traditions carry profound lessons about the value of being alone, suggesting that isolation is not a punishment, but rather a pathway to self-discovery and growth. In these stories, loneliness is frequently depicted as a necessary step towards spiritual awakening, personal strength, and a deeper understanding of the world. This video explores Japanese legends and philosophies that celebrate the virtues of solitude, offering timeless wisdom on how embracing loneliness can lead to significant personal and spiritual growth. Understanding the Japanese perspective on loneliness. In Japan, the concept of sabai is central to appreciating solitude. Closely related to wabi-sabi, which celebrates imperfection and impermanence, sabi refers to the beauty found in quietness, simplicity, and solitude. Unlike the Western tendency to fear loneliness, sabi encourages people to embrace it as a natural and beautiful part of life. This mindset is deeply rooted in Japanese cultural practices, such as tea ceremonies and Zen meditation, which emphasize the importance of introspection and quietude. The philosophy behind these practices is reflected in Japanese legends, where solitary characters often undergo transformative journeys, emerging wiser and stronger. The tale of Urashima Taro, a solitary transformation. One of Japan's most famous legends, the tale of Urashima Taro, highlights the transformative power of solitude. A humble fisherman, Taro, saves a turtle and is rewarded with a visit to the underwater palace of Ryugu-jo. Although the palace offers luxury and companionship, Taro starts to feel a deep yearning for his old life and decides to return to the surface, only to discover that centuries have passed. This story symbolizes the isolation that often accompanies self-discovery. Taro's journey is not just physical. It serves as a metaphor for stepping away from the familiar, embracing solitude, and gaining a broader perspective on life. Upon returning to an unrecognizable world, his loneliness reflects the bittersweet nature of personal transformation, how growth frequently separates us from our former selves and environments. The Hermit's Wisdom. The legend of Enno Gyoja. Japanese folklore is rich with tales of hermits who find enlightenment through solitude. One notable figure is Enno Gyoja, the founder of Shugendo, a spiritual tradition that blends elements of Buddhism, Shinto, and Taoism. Enno Gyoja is often depicted as a recluse, living deep in the mountains, dedicating his life to ascetic practices and communion with nature. Enno Gyoja gained extraordinary spiritual powers through his solitude, such as the ability to control the forces of nature and heal others. His story teaches that isolation, when embraced intentionally, can lead to heightened self-awareness and a deeper connection to both the natural and spiritual worlds. Japanese legends often portray hermits as figures of immense wisdom and strength, emphasizing the transformative potential of being alone. The quiet resolve of samurai. The samurai, the warrior class of feudal Japan, often embraced solitude as a path to mastery. The philosophy of Bushido, or the way of the warrior, emphasized introspection, discipline, and self-reliance, qualities that are cultivated through periods of isolation. Samurai would retreat to remote locations to train, meditate, and reflect on their purpose. A notable example is Miyamoto Musashi, Japan's most celebrated swordsman. Musashi spent years wandering alone, perfecting his skills and seeking enlightenment through rigorous self-discipline. His book, the Book of Five Rings, reflects his belief in the power of solitude as a means of achieving mastery, not only in combat, but also in life. Musashi's journey demonstrates that loneliness, far from being a weakness, can serve as a crucible for strength and resilience. The mountain monks and the spirit of self-reliance. Japanese legends often celebrate the Yamabushi, mountain monks who embrace solitude to attain spiritual enlightenment. These monks live in remote mountain areas, far from society's distractions, and dedicate their lives to rigorous ascetic practices. The Yamabushi believe that the isolation of the mountains offers clarity and insight that cannot be found amid the chaos of everyday life. Legends tell of Yamabushi acquiring supernatural abilities, such as healing powers and communion with spirits, through their solitary meditations. Their stories underscore the idea that loneliness is not a void to be feared, but rather a sacred space where profound self-discovery can occur. The Crane Wife, the sacrifice of isolation. One well-known Japanese legend is the tale of Tsuru no Ongishi. In this story, a man rescues a crane caught in a trap. Later, a mysterious woman appears at his door and becomes his wife. She weaves beautiful cloth to support them, but insists on working alone, warning him never to watch her. One day, overcome by curiosity, the man peeks into the room and discovers that his wife is the crane he saved, plucking her feathers to create the cloth. She flies away, never to return. This poignant story reflects the theme of loneliness as a necessary sacrifice for love and generosity. Lessons from solitude in Japanese legends. The recurring theme of loneliness in Japanese legends imparts several valuable lessons. Solitude as a path to growth. Many characters in Japanese folklore undergo personal transformation during periods of isolation. This reflects the belief that being alone allows individuals to confront their inner selves, overcome fears, and emerge stronger. The beauty of quietness. Japanese culture celebrates the quiet moments of life, finding beauty in simplicity and stillness. Loneliness as a sacred space in legends. Isolation often occurs in remote and sacred settings, such as mountains or forests. Strength through self-reliance. Figures like Miyamoto Musashi and the Yamabushi monks illustrate the power of self-reliance. Their stories show that loneliness can foster discipline, resilience, and a deep sense of inner strength. While Japanese legends are rooted in ancient times, their wisdom remains highly relevant to modern life. Here are some practical ways to apply the lessons from Japanese legends to your life. Practice mindful solitude. Set aside time each day to be alone with your thoughts. Whether it's through meditation, journaling, or taking a quiet walk in nature, use this time to reflect and recharge. View loneliness as an opportunity. Instead of fearing loneliness, see it as a chance for personal growth. Embrace minimalism, inspired by the Sabai philosophy, and simplify your life to focus on what truly matters. Let go of unnecessary distractions and create space for quiet contemplation. Seek sacred spaces, like the Yamabushi monks. Find environments that inspire introspection and a connection to nature. This could be a forest, a park, or even a quiet corner in your home. Japanese legends reveal a profound truth. Loneliness is not something to be feared, but rather a powerful force for transformation and growth. In a world that often prioritizes social connections, and external achievements, Japanese legends remind us of the beauty and power of solitude. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more captivating stories like this one.